All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. And this is going to be a video on how all over the world, man, people are losing it, man, and we've got to try to the best of our ability to not do the same, man, all right? And to continually keep getting better and better, and hoping that we've got less and less things that that Yahweh will choose to have mercy on us, man. Right? So that make it so that there's less and less things that we have a need to have mercy for, man. Right? And it's not actually that long ago that we actually kept the Day of Atonement, man. I was just thinking about that, like over this last few couple of days. It's not that long ago since we kept the Day of Atonement, man. Right? And it's not a good thing if we have kept that and then we've added on more and more wickedness as soon as that day is complete, man. And what happens a lot of the time is a lot of the things that we end up saying, or this is something that I think that I've seen anyway, is that some of the time when you say things or you rebuke a certain spirit that's out there that exists in the world, Yahweh then tests you with the same spirit that you are rebuking out there, man. Right? He tests you with the same things. So if, for example, you talk about the women thing, or you talk about the money thing, or you talk about the anger, or you talk about any category, any of the several categories that exist in this world, man, Yahweh will test you with that, man, to see if we've fought against that ourselves, man. And I'm like, this is a channel, man, that I sometimes watch called Active Self-Protection, and it goes into like loads of different ways that people can defend themselves. And this guy that does this channel, he might be an Israelite, because he always speaks on, when he does these videos, he speaks on spiritual fitness, which is where he says that every single time before you leave out your house, you should make sure that you're right with people, that with your loved ones and stuff like that, and that you should pray before you come out your house, which are things that we, the Israelites, say. Right? We say that same stuff, man. We say that same term, you know, that you should pray before you come out your house, and it's a good thing to do, man, because in this video, man, this video is kind of brutal. The guy in the white shirt, his mother had died recently, so he was in a bad mood, right? And then the man that you can see kind of off to the camera a bit, he's was playing music loud on the train. So then that guy in the white shirt shouts at him and tells him to turn it down, right? And he's like, the guy's basically like, I'm not turning nothing down, right? So then he goes up to him and approaches him, and then the guy in the white ends up actually striking the guy that was playing the music loud. He ends up hitting him, right? To which then the guy pulls out a weapon and attacks this guy with the weapon, and that guy is not alive anymore, if I'm not mistaken, right? That guy in the white shirt is no longer alive, and he ends up running away from the guy, screaming for help on the train, to which no one comes and helps him, right? And it's just a lesson that people in this world are losing it, man, like all over this world, man. And I'm gonna get the scriptures anyway, right? Because that's what this is about. But people all over the world are losing it, and as people get more and more afflicted within their pockets, right, meaning that their money starts getting lower and lower, they start having less and less disposable income, people are going to be more and more likely to be prepared to do stuff like this, man, right? These are not stuff that people that are on an elite level, these are not scenarios that people that are the richest in this world will find themselves in right now. You know what I mean? They'll make sure that they're not on a train with people that can play music with them and interrupt their day how they want their day to go. These are not rich people problems, right? Extremely wealthy people do not have to find themselves in a scenario where they are on a train with loads of strangers that have all these different types of problems, mental health, have had a bad day, have had a long day at work and all kind of stuff. They can avoid scenarios like this, man. These are situations of the people that are catching hell. You know what I mean? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, and these things are all coming, man, right? And Yahweh is going to use the people of the earth to bring these things. Yahweh can use men to bring famine. They destroy the crops, but he can also destroy them himself, right? He can use men to bring death. He's definitely going to use men to bring the sword, right? And he's going to use men to bring destruction. Men are going to destroy other men in this world. That's what's going to take place, man. World War III is going to be caused by the actions of men. Yahweh controlling the actions of men, right? The Heavenly Father, Yahweh, is going to control the actions of men and cause for World War III to take place, right? Verse 6, for wickedness have exceedingly, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 6, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the earth, whole earth, and their hurtful works have fulfilled. And there's still even more things that the world can get even worse than this. Like, I know we're annoyed and we sigh and cry for the abominations that's going on in this world, man, but it can even be more wicked than this, right? I know you might think it can't, brother, but it can. The world can be even more wicked than this, man, to the point where when you come out your house, to the point where it gets to where when you come out your house, you're just angry straight away because you've seen a sin, a wickedness already as soon as you come out your house, man. You just see some alphabet character from the moment you come out your house to the moment you go back home, man. To the point where you're just seeing diverse wickedness through day in, day out, man. Seeing people spazzing out, seeing people that really don't care about any kind of restrictions on being wicked no more. That's the way that the world's going to, man. Where people are not going to care about anything no more, man. Because they're going to be like, they're going to look towards what the future that they can possibly have, and they're going to be like, man, there ain't no future. They're going to be like, there ain't no future. And they're going to be prepared to do anything wicked in order to grasp to any kind of betterment of themselves, man. They're going to be prepared to do any kind of left-hand wickedness in order to get closer to what they think winning in this world is, which is really losing in the eyes of the Lord. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 7, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually, because it's the Israelites that are the ones that are the main victims of this world. Everybody else has found, is able to find some kind of lane in this world that they can do what they want to do. It's only us that are not able to do and live how we think that we're supposed to be able to live on earth. Everyone else is able to live how they want to live, right? They're able to find a lane, and they've got some kind of law thing that allows them to be able to be what they think is right to be on the earth. It's only us that people have a problem with trying to be how we want to be, right? Verse 9, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 9, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. So all the pain that's going to come upon this world is because of what they did to the Israelites, man. Verse 10, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, because Yahweh is coming to save all those Israelites of the elect, specifically from America, which is Babylon the Great, right? But there's also going to be salvation for those of us that are not in that place if we're of the elect as well, because Jeremiah 23:7 clearly states that there's going to come a day that's greater than the salvation of Egypt, but it's going to be salvation from the North Country, which we believe is talking about North America, and from all the other places that the Israelites are scattered. So some would be South America and all the other places on the earth too, right? Verse 11, 2nd Ezra 15, verse 11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So America is going to fall in parts, man. Just like how ancient Egypt fell, this new modern day Egypt, this Babylon the Great, is going to fall in parts. Yahweh is going to gradually keep tearing it down bit by bit by bit, to the point where it receives its final plague, which is the ICBMs, which is America getting turned into the lake of fire. Verse 12, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that God shall bring upon it, right? Its foundations which ultimately its foundations really was the captivity it had of taking the Israelites down. Well, the Israelites are going to get taken out of that place. And all the other Israelites that trust in that place, they're going to be destroyed there. They're going to stay there, man. They're going to become part of its literal foundation, man. They're going to be burnt and turned into the lake of fire in that place, man. Verse 13. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation, which is gonna lead to famine, man. Right? Verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Right? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And in this particular video, man, the course of these two people's actions stood in their power, and the one that had the power won in this situation, man. He ran the guy down on the train and killed him. He unalived him, man. Right? And that's the way how this world's turning into, man. And when you go through this whole channel, right? When you go on this channel, let me just quickly turn this back on again. I can just quickly show. Right, when you go on this channel, man, and when you go onto this 1 second. Yeah, let me quickly just show it, man, quickly. When you go on this channel, all you'll see is situation after situation over and over and over again, right? Of several situations like this, man. Several situations of people being violent, man. Some cause for the people to not be alive anymore. Others are just basic self-defense scenarios and like awareness of how people can escape from certain things, man. But it's all violence. It's all violence, man. And it shows that right now, people are losing it. Right now, people are losing it, man. And it's not even as bad as it's going to be. People can still turn on their phone app, go on to Uber Eats, go on to Just Eat, go on to Deliveroo, decide what they want from the peace of their house, and somebody will bring the food to them within like 20 minutes to an hour, and they don't have to cook. They can just go on carry on whatever they was doing in their house, right? And the food's gonna more than likely come there. It might be late, maybe 5 to 15 minutes late, but the food's gonna get there. And the food sometimes could be 5 to 15 minutes early, but the food's gonna get there. When they go to the supermarket, they know that they might not have the specific thing that they wanted, but they're gonna have food in there in general. So they might not have the certain type of chicken that they want. They might have wanted a kilograms worth of chicken thighs, and that might have run out, but there'll be 500 grams maybe of chicken thighs, or 2 grams. There'll be chicken thighs in some way. They might have wanted boneless. They might have to settle for ones with the bones in there. You know what I mean? They might have wanted chicken drumsticks. They might have to settle for chicken wings, but there'll be food in there. But the time's going to come where there's not going to be none of that. You're going to go to the store and it's going to be emptied off. And you're going to have to scrape around for the store for one tin that a member of staff might have accidentally put on the wrong aisle, like way back, and it's just stayed at the back of the behind the bleach for like a good 5 months, and no one's known it's there. You know what I mean? Because they didn't do the stock turnover, and no one knows it's there, man. And people are going to be grateful for that kind of find in that time, man. People are going to be grateful for stale bread or for out-of-date crackers. You know what I mean? Out-of-date packet of biscuits or something like that. Oh, it's only 5 months old. It's only 5 months before people are going to be thinking that that's a treat in that time. And never mind if they find some fruits or vegetables, they're going to really think they're up on things then. Because food's going to be scarce in that time, man. People are losing it now already. And we've got to make sure that we don't end up doing something that ends up making us not believe, or end up making us not still believe in the Lord, man. Because these people in this world are demons, man, and they'll make you want to take it there with them, man. These people in this world, there's a thing that's like the whole troll culture thing, which is where people, even though they know that someone's angry, they still keep trying to stir them up to get angrier and angrier, right? to the point where the person loses and then they want to catch them on camera and then ha 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 and they want to laugh at them and all that, right? But these people that do such things, they don't understand and consider that them trying to torment someone and stir them to anger could lead to them not being around on the earth anymore. And that's what this whole channel shows continually, man. In this video, in fact, in this video here called "Our Defender in Canada Pays the Price," and he wasn't a defender either. This person actually started the fight, man. He actually started the fight because he was the one that threw the first punch. Unless my memory fails me, he threw the first punch, man. You know what I mean? He threw a punch at someone because they was playing music loud on a train, which is annoying. But I don't think that that's a reason to beat somebody up, though. You know what I mean? It is annoying, though. I can't stand when people try and do all that stuff. Like, you're not a DJ. You know what I mean? Like, just get some headphones or something. But it's not a reason to beat somebody up, though, really. You know what I mean? Even though it is annoying. But he ended up losing his life because of doing that. Right? Verse 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the cause of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. So people are going to be terrified in that time, man. Because the time that's coming is not going to be a time where you can get away with trolling people. The time that's coming is not going to be a time that you can get away with being an antagonist. The time that's coming is not going to be a time that people can try and scapegoat somebody else and say the reason why I didn't do this is because you didn't do that. And the reason why you didn't do this is no, people ain't going to be able to scapegoat nobody else. The time that's coming is not going to be a time that people are going to be simping. The time that's coming is not going to be a time where you being good at like combat sports is even going to matter really, or you being a big bodybuilder looking person is going to matter. That's not going to matter. The time that's coming that your people's money is not going to matter because everyone's going to be stealing. So physical paper money is not going to mean nothing. Neither are some credits that are written on the screen because people ain't going to be buying nothing that they're going to have anyway. Anything that people want, they're going to get it with the power of their own strength. They're not going to say, oh, I ain't got the money to afford this at the moment, so I'm going to have to get it on Klarna. No, they're going to run up in the store, right? The security guard's isn't going to be thinking, man, no, stop. Hey, you didn't pay for that. They're going to be running up and down the store, robbing themselves. They're going to retire. They're going to quit right there on the spot, man. The cashiers ain't going to be behind it. They're going to be like, I quit. And they're going to start getting the food too, man. Police officers that are proud now and all that, and they're walking around now proud. In the time to come, they're not going to want to be a police officer because they're going to be targets, man. Because people that are complaining about all this two-tier and all of that, they're going to be looking at the police officers like they're their enemy, man. They're going to be running up on police officers in that time with anger in their heart. That's what's going to be happening in that time. They're not going to be just trusting that police officers are good people in that time. They're going to be angered by these people. That there's going to be a lot going on in that time, man. A lot is going to be going on. And it's not even possible to imagine all the ways and all the things that we're even going to see in that time, man. It's going to be everything possible that we're going to see, man, to where we're going to realize what's going to really make us be ruling the world with a rod of iron when we get in the kingdom, man. Because if we're of the elect, we're going to have the memories of what was happening when people was completely lawless, man. And every time we see a heathen sinning, we're going to remember that times that we're coming into now. And we're going to be like, we don't ever want the world to be like that again. That was horrible. And we're going to always be brutal with making sure that the laws of Yahweh are respected, man. Because for so long since men have been on the earth, they've been disrespected. So in the kingdom, they're never going to get away with breaking the laws ever again, man, because we're going to remember that in the time that's coming up with the day of Yahweh's wrath, that was a time where people was fully able to completely show what disrespecting Yahweh's laws in its fullness looks like, man. Like, you've got people out here right now that they complain about Yahweh's laws and all of this. They're getting ready to see what a lawless world looks like for real. They're getting ready to really see what a world that doesn't have no kind of restrictions looks like, man. Because people's actions are going to stand in their own power, right? If they can win and are able to physically get away with something and defeat whoever they want to do that and make that become a victim of their crime, they're going to be able to do it in that time, man. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, right? Shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, because all hell is going to be breaking loose. No one's going to have mercy no more. No one's going to think about their fellow man or their fellow woman. Men ain't going to be saying, man, but she's fine though. She's pretty, so spare her. Oh, don't rob this family because they're good people. No, they're going to think, I'm hungry. They've got food, so I'm stealing. They're not going to think, oh, they're good. They're a good person. They're not one of us. We're stealing from them. Fuck them. That's how people are going to think in the time to come. Verse 20, behold, saith Yahweh, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Libanus, to turn themselves one against another. Because the great war is coming, man. Not only is civil war coming, a world war is coming, man. Right? Yahweh's getting ready, all the kings of the earth, to get their armies together to go against each other in battle, man. And repay the things they have done to them, like as they have done yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom, saith Yahweh, saith the Lord Yahweh. So all of this stuff that's getting ready to take place is because of what these people done to the Israelites, man. That's why all of this affliction is getting ready to happen to these people. And on that, I'm going to end the video. Shalom.